I'm going to test out the Wagz Freedom Collar in the downtown region of a fairly residential town here, about just under 10 miles out of Boston. When I first did my Wagz Freedom Collar review, I found that the GPS was a bit jumpy, a bit spotty, and it definitely didn't hold the boundaries all that reliably, to say the least. So I'm going to see if it works a little bit better here. And if you do choose the Wagz for your pup, make sure to check my links in the description of this video for the best deal that I currently have access to. Right now, there is a nice discount exclusive for our viewers. So make sure to apply that if you choose the Wagz for your dog. All right, so I've drawn the fence in with the Wagz, nice circle along the circle that's in the landscaping here. And I'm gonna just approach the center here and see, where the app thinks I am versus, where I actually am, both with my phone and my collar. And what I was seeing on the app is that basically as I got to the center, my phone's location on the app did catch up with where I was, actually standing. The collar location was definitely a bit far off, not like kind of crazy far off or anything. But even when I pressed the refresh button, it kind of hung up on the refresh. It never really changed, and kind of just stayed where it was. So, but I do think it's good enough at least to kind of get our test started here. But before I do that, I just want to say, why did I pick this spot? First of all, that sort of circle in the landscaping does make it very easy to set a boundary and just for me to visually know where I am relative to the boundary. So that's definitely one factor. And the other thing is that this location is not too far. Where I actually did my first test was 7 miles from downtown Boston. This is 10. There's some sort of triangulation between the three spots, but this is pretty close to that spot. But that was a park, whereas this is sort of a, downtown sort of residential area. I would imagine the connectivity should be much better here, even more so because that building right there is the town hall. Like just over there behind it is the police station, and over there is the fire department, and over here is the post office. So they're all within, about a football field of each other. So I think if connectivity for GPS and cell signal is good anywhere, it should be good here. I can't imagine any situation where it's all that much better than it is here. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I'm gonna walk towards the boundary here. Nothing. And as you can see, I am on the pavement. Nothing. Okay. Is this thing even on? Seems it. Hello? That's the circle. Over there. See it? I'm outside the circle. By a long shot. Yeah. So, not so sure what to say about that. Let's come back inside the circle here. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what's going on in the app. All right, so taking a look inside the app, it does seem like, everything's on, all the fences are activated and everything, geofences are active, it's loaded to the collar. So it should be working. And as I was walking back towards the center here, although the collar didn't give any form of alert, my phone did tell me that, Zach has safely made it back into the boundary. So eventually, I guess it knew something happened over there. Never got alerted on the collar, but it did tell me on the phone. Let's see if I'm gonna, now that I'm back in the center here, I'm gonna continue again over to the border, and I'm trying not to go directly to where the cars are, because that'll be a little loud in case we want to be able to hear anything here. So I'm approaching the boundary of the circle here, and now oh, there it is. That wasn't too bad. So a little bit over, but it did alert, just as I got to the pavement, so not bad. And what I do like about the Wagz is, even though it's not dead on accurate like you get with the spot on, it is a shock-free collar. So, even though I'm back safely in the boundary and it's still alerting, at least the dog's not getting shocked while all of this is happening. So I'm making my way back to the circle here, to the center of the circle here, still alerting. So, well back in the safe zone, and it's still telling me I'm not. But at least in the worst case, it's going to be, confusing for a dog rather than actually shocking and harming a poor dog like some of the other inaccurate collars out there, not to name any names. But anyway, let's try one more boundary test with the Wagz here, and I'll walk over to this boundary. And getting pretty close. And that's my first step onto the pavement, as you can see, just behind me. And no alert from the Wagz yet. So, okay, up here, in a parking lot, wandering off, curious little doggy. And it doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with that, at least according to the Wagz. Yeah, again, I do think the Wagz has an awful lot going for it. The activity monitoring is good. Counting your steps per day, logging walks is great information for dog owners. It's definitely, nice to count your dog's steps. It definitely works at least like as a rough sort of GPS tracker. So if your dog does get out, you can, go find them and bring them home safely. But again, I'm not sure that the GPS is quite accurate enough for precise boundary training. It may be good enough to kind of send them a warning saying, hey, you've gone too far, it's time to turn around and come home, but it's not really super precise like you get with the spot on. So at any rate, especially with the low price tag on the Wagz, I do think that there's a lot that this collar has to offer. Although I think if you want something that really holds the boundary lines, you're gonna want to check out the spot on. I do have a review of the spot on right here on this channel and a comparison of the spot on the Wagz, so keep an eye out for that. And if you do choose the Wagz for your buck, make sure to use my links in the description here. Right now I have an exclusive discount for our viewers, and I'll always keep that up to date. And thanks for watching, and have a great day.